Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Steph, and this is our home where we started Wild Patch Homestead. It's an urban block, so this is our front garden, and those trees that you can see there, they're our citrus trees. There's another one out of view, so we've got four. And then across the front here, I have a variety of herbs and pretty much a berry patch. So that dead looking tree to the left is actually a very well established crepe myrtle. We have, I think it's 4 crepe myrtle trees across the front there, and they provide amazing shade in the summer. Summers are very hot here at this place. And today I am going to pick out some of the plants that I want to take with me. So, as some of you may know that have been following along, we are on a journey to sell up this place. That's what that big sign is out the front there, and those big things in the way while I'm trying to take plants out. But we sold the house. And we are just currently going through that really fun, icky stage of settlement. So, yeah, it's still, until, I guess that money's in our bank and we've completely settled, anything can change. But, we're almost there. We're only a few weeks off now of being completely out of the place. So we're just really getting prepared. And this is one of the jobs that I've been waiting as long as I can. But the strawberries are starting to flower. I've got my blackberry out the back has already started to bud. So I was concerned that the raspberries and the strawberries and everything I'd miss my opportunity. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to get out here today. It's been raining as well, so the ground's a bit nicer to work with as well, although honestly it's so root bound, a lot of this space out the front here, because it's such a small garden bed, that it was a little bit hard, but that's okay. And I also look super awkward while I'm trying to use the shovel with my hand. I'm laughing at myself, but anyway, it all got done. So here I am playing around with the strawberries. I haven't cut the runners in the last year at all. So I went around with the scissors and cut a bunch of the runners off so that I could dig up a small patch. Now this whole bed across the front here on the right is interplanted with strawberries. And then there's still these bulbs that come up. I think they'll always be there. Because the previous owner had a lot of bulbs throughout the gardens, and it doesn't matter how many I dig up, I still find bulbs pop up. So they add a bit of spice, I guess, to the garden bed. That's kind of what gardening's about. I've been really careful as well not to take too much of anything. I don't know if the new owners are into their gardening, but I really didn't want to completely strip the gardens bare. So, and let's be honest, I do not need this many strawberries. They are very prolific once they get going. This garden pot here, that's going to be fine for us to be able to get some more set up, and then down the track, I'll get other varieties as well. And I'm sure we can, grow different types of strawberries. That's kind of the goal. And these ones are pretty old. I've had these strawberry plants for quite a few years now, maybe 5 years. Look, they still produce strawberries. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with them. But the strawberries get smaller, and it's also because I'm really lazy and I don't cut all those runners off. So we'll see what happens with these ones. They may survive, they may not. I'm not very good at growing in pots, and I'm going to need to do that for a little while. So let's see how it goes. I'm really happy though with having a nice full tub of strawberries to take with us from this garden. That's really cool. Honestly, that's really like an accomplishment to me that I've got so many strawberries that I can leave them behind and take a small amount with me and be content to have something from the place that really started my love and passion for gardening. Now, over here, I have a whole lot of raspberry canes. If you've had raspberries, you know how prolific they are. This is quite a large patch that I'm taking, but there's more on the other side of this picket fence, and there's quite a lot that I went around and left in the ground. So they'll be fine. There'll be plenty there, in years to come. Yeah, I just broke one there. That was, so I plait mine kind of like a braid, and it keeps them all up straight and together. But yeah, I was just trying to get a straggler out of the braid, and anyway, I broke it. That's okay. These things happen. I'm sure it will be fine. So here I realized afterwards I have to be really careful along here because we've got retic, but hopefully it'll be okay. I managed to get these ones out in a nice clump, which is great. I wonder how old these are. This might be their second or third year. They're pretty good once you get them going as well. So I'm pretty happy with that nice bundle there that we get to take with us. I also severely underestimated the amount of raspberries I had there, and you can already see it's not going to fit. But I love how I tried anyway. You got to have a laugh at yourself. That's okay. I came prepared because I have a few things that I want to pull out of this garden today. The vegetables out the back, I'm not too fast. I've taken a few things. I've got another video up where I took out a jalapeno, a capsicum, or my spring onions, and that was just, a very small amount, but the rest of it, they're pretty much annuals. I've got loads of saved seed as well. I'm really into my seed saving, so I'm not really too worried. A lot of that I'll grow from scratch. I don't have a garden at the next place necessarily, so I will just be growing out of pots for a little while. And yeah, trying to keep these guys alive, but hopefully it doesn't get too hot too quick here this year. And that will give me a little bit of leeway as well. But it was good to get these raspberries potted up. I really was stressing on the blackberry. It's got fresh leaves already. And I just kept looking at it being like, oh, I'm going to miss my chance. And then I'll be sad about it, down the track when I don't have any raspberries. But that's all looking really good. I just had some stragglers again, so I just started plaiting them together. And then what I do is I grab the other, like that main tall one, and I just kind of weave them in through that. It just saves you having to like tie anything up or stake anything at all. Just a quick braid, and they seem pretty happy. In small spaces, I think it works quite well. I've been pretty happy with that, and they still produce not a problem. Now, this is the garden bed over to the left. I was hoping to turn this into a medicinal garden, but the actual quality of soil in here is really bad. I think what happens is, so on the other side, I think it's like a crusher dust. I don't know, it just seems to get root bound really quick. This was dry, and we've had so much rain, you can see it's heavily mulched, and it was pretty dry. It was really weird. I've struggled to grow. I had horseradish in here. That's died. My echinaceas died. The sage looks terrible, which is so, I don't know, it's strange, but yeah, I just haven't had much luck over this side, but that rosemary seems to be okay. I need to cut it back. I should have done that today while I was out there, but we're not going to be there in a few weeks, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Maybe I'll take some cuttings and try and strike some more rosemary for us. But so that one was actually from one of my cuttings, which is kind of cool. And so this one here, that I'm digging out, is feverfew. Now, I didn't realize it kind of created its own, like, mini plants. I just didn't realize it would separate like that, to be honest. I kind of assumed that it would grow more from seed, unless when I purchased this, that was like, a bundle of seed and it's grown 4 different plants. But well, I was a bit confused, but also really happy because I'm glad that I got to leave some behind for the new owners. I don't like taking everything, and I knew, like, everything else I could leave plenty behind, but I thought I was going to have to take the whole plant. This way, I took 2 and I left 2. I may not need both, and I might have an extra one if my mum wants it or something like that. But we'll just see. At the moment, I just need to get them to survive. That's kind of my main priority here. But yeah, it was really nice actually to be able to give these back, pop these back in here and give them another little chance at life. So, I just don't know how other people feel about, taking plants from your garden when you've sold it. It's a bit of a tricky one, but, I've worked really hard on this garden. And yeah, it's going to be hard enough starting from scratch, really. And so I want to take a little piece of the place away with me. A lot of great adventures to be had coming up. A lot of chaos to come, I'm sure. I have no doubt it's going to be a bit manic there for a while. But, it's nice to still have my garden in a sense. The garden for me is like a place of peace, a place of accomplishment. I'm very proud of my garden, no matter how crazy and wild it looks and how disorganized it is, and whether it grows great or not. It's a really place of comfort for me, and I just love it. And I think it's gonna be really hard not having a garden. So the more I can take in pots, I'm hoping that will really help me, because that's probably going to be a bit of a challenge, but we'll see what happens. You never know what's going to happen down the future. Life is crazy like that. Now, this here is yarrow, white yarrow. So you can't see very well. There's so much grass and stuff that's come through that mulch. I don't know, it's just got grass seeds all through it. So it's not our grass necessarily. There is grass runners coming from like our grass, but there's just been so many weeds and stuff come up in this mulch. So it's a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. So I'm trying to get the yarrow out there now. Yarrow spreads really easily. There's no issue. There's actually loads of little baby yarrow that I left behind. So again, I'm really not worried. I didn't take it all. There's plenty there. So that's all good to go. And then that's really it. Oh, actually, I think I did also take some lemongrass as well. And that also grows really prolifically. So I just split that down the middle. I'm using a hori knife, and so I use it as a bit of a spade, but it's also got a serrated edge on it. So when I was cutting, I cut out the yarrow, and I'm cutting out the lemongrass here as well. And then it just makes it easier, honestly. But also, I've lost all my spades. I have no idea what's happened to them. I have like 2 or 3, but I haven't had a tool shed. My husband's got a shed, but I don't have like a space for my garden tools as such. So I'm hoping not at the next place, because that's just going to be temporary accommodation for us, but the place after that, our homestead or farm, we're really hoping to get me a little greenhouse, that could potentially also be turned into a tool shed, bit of a dual purpose place for me, which would be amazing. So don't hold me to it. We'll see if that happens, I don't know. But it would be nice, it's fun to dream. That's how we progress, is by dreaming. But this was a really awesome activity and something to get done today. Then what we're going to do is start moving our stuff out to the next place. We had a 40-foot shipping container moved, and we start fencing tomorrow. So my amazing parents have actually got land, and they've got an area out the back, down the back of the land, that we can park our caravans and live like gypsies for a little bit. So that's kind of the plan. We just need a breather. It's been a whole lot trying to sell and finish the renovations more than anything, I guess. The selling was pretty easy, but just trying to wrap up the renovations. So we're going to go and live out there for a while, and we'll bring you guys along for our off-grid, random journey. It's a good practice, I suppose, for the next step. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're getting up to, which is a big change. Big change. And then, yeah, I'm just going to pop these out the front here for now. I don't know if I'll bother taking them out the back, because they're all going to be moved very soon. Yeah, possibly even in the next 2 weeks. It's great to get this all sorted though. And here's my front garden, our little farewell. Very proud of the beautiful deck that my husband built. And here are the plants. So thank you so much for joining me on my little farewell to the front garden. Hit that subscribe to join us on our crazy journey. Thanks. Bye.